Hello Uniters! Comfey has officially joined the Pokemon Unite roster as a supporter. While it has a new and interesting mechanic going on, the reaction from the player base has not been very welcoming. We'll talk about that and more on today's video. Hi, I'm Rowletboy and welcome to the Rowletboy Reviews. So as mentioned, Comfey has a very unique gimmick, well, at least for Pokemon Unite, where Comfey attaches itself to an ally, whether you choose to buff, to heal, or fight hindrances, etc. And it was highly compared to the League of Legends champions, Yuumi. I personally have no experience playing League of Legends before, so when Comfey got announced, people have like high expectations about the Pokemon, considering how annoying Yuumi is on League of Legends. With that being said, people are disappointed with the release and it was deemed underwhelming, whether it's not healing enough or getting outclassed by the other healers in the game, considering Hoopa and Clefairy getting some buffs with their abilities to heal your team during the last patch. This crazy outrage resulted to the player base demanding an emergency patch, but this has not been the first time that a Pokemon release was deemed underwhelming until a few days later. A great example was during the Dodrio release. People had different expectations, but once the player base finally got the grasp on how to use the Pokemon, people realized that it's more powerful than they have thought initially. Do I see the same situation with Comfey? Maybe a little. I think the player base still needs to understand the gimmick, like detaching yourself to an ally to go on a bush, refill the flower gauge, and then attach yourself again on an ally Pokemon. Because the expectations with Comfey playstyle isn't the same as it was supposed to be used. Disclaimer, I am not a professional player, nor do I share the word of gospel. These recommendations are based off of my experience, understandings, and opinions. Because of how often you attach yourself with an ally, most of the time, you don't really need to farm for yourself and would benefit a lot for having an EXP share on. For a short and in-depth explanation of how EXP share works, a link on my previous video is on the description. The second item is Wise Glasses, which you could use to exchange for SB attack specs, but Wise Glasses is always a safer choice, especially when it's hard to stack on certain matches. Heals and attacks are based from SB attack stats, so having a Wise Glasses is always a good thing to have. And lastly, Body Barrier for an extra shield when using a Unite move. This gives you more value to the Unite move, especially during the team fights, providing more support to your allies. For the Emblem set, I love running 7 blacks and 6 greens for cooldown reduction and additional SP attack boost, which are very useful for being able to heal more often and as efficient as possible. Should you buy Comfey? No, not at all. Not because I don't recommend it, but because there's a trial license for Comfey being distributed via events. This way, you could test them on first and learn it without any cost. This is also a good step for Pokemon Unite considering how controversial gem lacking is. So maybe if you like the mon after the trial, then yes, you can buy it. Keep in mind that this is a support mon and would not carry you through your games most of the time, especially when you're solo queuing. My final thoughts. Comfey is a fun mon with a mechanic refreshing to the game. Something I want the people to keep in mind is that the heal in Comfey is a single target compared to Clefairy and Eldegoss being AoE and Blissey being themselves and an ally. Comfey is also very team reliant, so solo queuing with it may get you into a rough spot. But all of this should not stop you from enjoying the Pokemon and its new gimmick. If you like this type of videos, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Have fun, stay safe, and see y'all next time.